What if your next home didn't have an address? What if instead of waking up in the same bedroom every morning, you could open your door and find a completely different world outside? One day, your bedroom window could overlook the ocean. The next morning, you could wake up surrounded by mountains. A few days later, you could be parked beside a quiet forest with nothing but birds and fresh air around you. That sounds like a fantasy. But this remarkable three-wheel camper is turning that idea into something that feels surprisingly real. At first, it's difficult to understand how such a compact vehicle could provide the comfort of a home. It doesn't have the enormous body of a traditional RV. There are no giant slide-outs extending several feet from the sides. There isn't a massive living room hidden behind the windshield. Instead, everything has been compressed into an incredibly intelligent design. And that's exactly what makes it fascinating. The vehicle approaches from a distance, and the first thing you notice is its unusual silhouette. 3 wheels. A sleek body. A low aerodynamic profile. A futuristic front end. It looks like someone combined a motorcycle, a tiny house, and a futuristic electric vehicle and somehow made the combination work. As it passes through traffic, people immediately look twice. Some assume it's a prototype. Others think it's a strange delivery vehicle. Then someone notices the windows. Another person notices the roof. And suddenly they realize what they're looking at. It's a camper. But not the kind of camper most people know. This one was designed around a completely different philosophy. Instead of asking, how much can we fit inside? The designers seem to have asked, how much can we do with the space we have? That single question changes everything. Open the door, and the first surprise is the amount of natural light. Large windows surround the cabin, making the interior feel connected to the outside world. If you're parked beside a lake, the lake becomes part of your living room. If you're surrounded by mountains, the mountains become the artwork on your walls. If you're parked beside the ocean, the sound of waves becomes your evening soundtrack. The cabin doesn't try to separate you from nature. It brings nature inside. The main seating area is compact but comfortable. During the day, it's a place to relax. A small table can create a dining area. A laptop can turn it into a mobile office. And when the day finally ends, the entire setup can transform into a sleeping space. This is where the philosophy of tiny living becomes obvious. You don't need 5 different rooms if one room can perform 5 different jobs. The same principle continues throughout the camper. The kitchen is small, but practical. There is space to prepare food, wash dishes, store ingredients, and keep essentials organized. The refrigerator doesn't need to be enormous because the lifestyle encourages smarter planning. You buy what you need. You cook what you want. You waste less. You carry less. And somehow, that makes the entire experience feel more relaxed. Imagine preparing a simple dinner after driving all day. You don't need to search for a restaurant. You don't need to make reservations. You simply open the refrigerator, prepare your favorite meal, and watch the sunset through the window. The location changes. Your kitchen doesn't. That's a strange but beautiful idea. Then there's the storage. This is where clever engineering becomes especially important. The camper may look tiny from the outside, but hidden compartments are everywhere. Under the seating. Inside the cabinets. Below the sleeping area. Along the walls. Spaces that would normally be ignored become useful storage areas. Clothing can be packed efficiently. Outdoor equipment can remain organized. Cameras and electronics have dedicated spaces. Food supplies stay within easy reach. Everything has a purpose. And because clutter is one of the biggest problems in small spaces, thoughtful organization becomes essential. The camper solves that problem by making storage part of the architecture. Instead of adding cabinets everywhere, storage becomes invisible until you need it. Then there is the energy system. For anyone dreaming about true off-grid travel, this may be one of the most important features. Solar panels mounted on the roof can collect sunlight during the day, sending energy into onboard batteries. That stored power can support lighting, electronics, refrigeration, ventilation, and other everyday systems. The result is independence. You don't necessarily need to park beside an electrical hookup every night. You can choose a location because it's beautiful, not because it has a power outlet. That changes the entire concept of camping. A remote mountain road becomes a possibility. A quiet beach becomes a possibility. A hidden valley becomes a possibility. Your options become much larger even though your vehicle remains small. Water systems add another layer of independence. Fresh water storage allows travelers to cook, drink, and wash while away from civilization. Efficient fixtures reduce unnecessary consumption. Waste systems keep everything contained until it can be properly emptied. The idea is simple. Take what you need. Use it carefully. Stay independent. This is why the camper appeals to a growing number of people who aren't interested in traditional RV lifestyles. They don't necessarily want a giant vehicle. They don't want to tow a massive trailer. They don't want to spend hours searching for a parking space. They simply want a comfortable way to explore. And that's exactly where the three-wheel design becomes interesting. A compact vehicle can travel through places that large RVs avoid. Narrow streets become easier. Small parking spaces become usable. Tight mountain roads feel less intimidating. Historic villages become accessible. Instead of planning your route around your vehicle's limitations, you can plan it around your curiosity. That is a completely different way to travel. Imagine driving along a coastal highway and suddenly seeing a small road leading toward the ocean. With a massive RV, you might continue straight. With this camper, you might turn. The road gets narrower. The pavement disappears. The landscape becomes quieter. And then you reach a hidden viewpoint overlooking the sea. There's enough space for the camper. You park. Turn off the engine. And suddenly your home is sitting above one of the most beautiful views you've ever seen. No hotel could have given you that exact experience. No reservation could have guaranteed it. You simply discovered it because your vehicle allowed you to keep going. That freedom is difficult to put a price on. It also explains why compact campers are becoming so interesting to younger travelers. For many people, traditional homeownership can feel expensive and restrictive. A fixed house requires a fixed location. A camper doesn't. Your home can move with your life. If you want to spend a month near the coast, you can. If you want to explore the mountains afterward, you can. If you want to return to the city for a while, you can. Your lifestyle doesn't have to remain permanently attached to one place. For remote workers, the idea becomes even more